Hi everyone, today we are going to have a little chat with Anastasis Academy's topper, that is Arpit, who scored 99.97 in his CAT 2024. Hi Arpit, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Great. So before starting and moving towards CAT and CAT's journey or your experience, if you can just give a little brief about yourself, your background, your education, that'll be great.
Okay, so I am currently in my final year. I am a law student, so I am in final year of my law school, fifth year. So yeah, that's basically about it. I am initially from commerce background. Then I got into NLU Lucknow. So yeah, I'm in my final year of law school, and in my final year as well, like my 8th and 9th sem, I prepped for CAT and appeared for it, and so that's about it.
So how come from law to MBA?
So okay, that's a tricky question, but I'll say I found MBA like when I researched about it. So I found like MBA as a step further. I think I what I wanted to do in my life, specifically moving towards a more decision making aspect and upskilling myself. I realized that I need some upskills to move further. So I researched about it and I found the MBA the most suitable way for me to go forward. So yeah, I just decided to give CAT 2024 a shot. Let's see how it happens, and fortunately, it went well.
Yeah, and good. As you have already scored a good percentile. So, how was your entire experience? Like, the exam and the entire journey of CAT?
Okay, so I'll have to break it in two parts. First is the actual CAT experience, and then the CAT journey aspect of it. So beginning with the actual CAT experience, it was definitely unpredictable, not what I expected at all. Because when I thought about giving CAT, the last exam that I saw was CAT 2023, and which everyone knows was one of the most difficult exams of like in recent times. And CAT 2024 was a relatively easier exam. Obviously, there were certain challenges in it as well, but yeah, so very unpredictable exam. But I think if you had prepared well, you could obviously deal with it. There were certain challenges, but overall, it was a good experience. CAT exam, my center was far away from my college where I reside, but otherwise, it was a smooth experience during the center. The invigilators there were helpful and all that stuff. Now coming to CAT journey aspect of it, I think it was like again it with its own set of challenges, but I'll say still a smoother compared to many aspirants and many stories that I have heard of. I'll say I was lucky in the part that I had a friend preparing with myself, so I could discuss with him all the feelings that I am getting when I felt low about or not so confident, and when
Right.
certain strategies that I came up. And also lucky in the aspect that my college is relatively chin in final year. Of course, there are classes and assignments, exams, all that stuff, but I could find way time to prepare for CAT, so that helped me. And yeah, that's about it. And
Great.
also, I started a prep quite early, so that was very helpful to me. Like I started preparing seriously for it from January itself.
As you're already associated with Anastasis Academy. So, would like to know, like, how did we contributed to your success? How Arvind Shankar sir and Anastasis was a great part of your entire journey. If you can just give a little brief on that.
Okay, so Anastasis, I'll say, is one of the most systemized and organized, structured coaching out there. One thing I liked really was like there were definite schedule of week, like on this day this class will happen, on this day this class will happen, and after classes there were homework sheets, which I liked very much. Like since schooling, we have had that feeling of going to do homeworks. So after a class, there were homework sheets with the video solutions. So after you just get the feeling that no, now I've started capturing it. Also, Arvind sir, like he has planned this course in a way, like he had divided into certain parts, certain phases, and after every phase there were certain phase tests. So you could know, and also like since there is like gradual progress from basics to advanced, so I guess that
Right.
was very helpful. And Arvind sir always talks about the concept of front loading. So that helped me since I joined the coaching in January itself. I started with the classes and covering all the basics from January. So since January to, I think we were done with most of the syllabus by June itself, so that we could switch to giving mocks and sections part. So I think analysis helped me that with that very much. Again, there are certain qualities of Arvind sir which helped me a lot, specifically in actual CAT exam as well. I'll say one of the most important things comes to question selection, and sir, how he came. So he doesn't didn't just focus on formulas and all that stuff. He about the main focus was how to approach the problem, because we don't know what will be coming in CAT, right? So he came up. He always told us like, पहले क्वेश्चन सेट देखो, give it 3 minutes and then select whether it's A type, B type, or C type. So in actual CAT exam, also it happened that the first set I chose in my DLR was the most difficult set that I found, and I actually couldn't do it at last as well. But with this strategy, like in first 3 minutes itself, I gathered that I won't be able to do it in first go itself. So I just shifted to other sets, and then all those sets happened smoothly. So that helped me a lot. So that is one thing that is still stuck in my mind. And of course, there are many other things. So one thing I believe is like, sir is very honest guy with you. But if you are willing to put in hard work and efforts, there are more than ample enough resources that Anastasis provides to help you with your CAT prep. Whether it's workshops at the end, or whether it's discussing mocks or the attempt strategies and all that stuff. I think that was very helpful.
You're forgetting as one as well, the exhaustive question bank. Have you
Yeah,
finished it like while you were preparing for the same? Were you able to finish the entire question bank?
it's very extensive. Like one thing I found was like when Sir released, like for DLRs, he released 400 set something. And I also had researched and like saw on Reddit and all that stuff, like from toppers itself, that if you are able to do 500, 600 self, you will sail through the exam. So I had one target in my mind that anyhow I have to complete through all these 400 sets in addition to the mocks and the sections part. So every day I did sets religiously. So yeah, I happened to complete it, but of course there are many sets that I wasn't able to do itself. Like there were certain workshops at the end, and then he released another 500 sets in addition, non-CAT sets as well. But yeah, I focus on those 400 sets first. Sir said first focus on these sets. There were comparatively higher quality CAT quality sets. So yeah, that helped me a lot. And once you are through this process of solving halfway, you just get how to approach the set. Because I think specifically for DLR, one of the most important things is the layout. You should know
Yeah.
how to start with the problem. So that really helps if you are able to solve the process. And again, with I'm sure with other quant as well, sir always provides you with another alternative approach that you can look forward to. So it's up to you how you found comfortable. But unless you don't solve, you wouldn't know. In the beginning itself, sir said, first start fighting with the problem. Don't think about the time. You need
Right.
to know how to solve a problem. Then comes the state selection part. So that's very, I think all of us should keep in mind, who are preparing for other exams and CAT 2025 as well.
Great. Just moving forward with another question related to Arvind Shankar sir. What
Yeah.
aspects of sir teaching methods did you find helpful during your entire preparation? So, like whatever he told you or what all methodology he used. So, just want to know a little bit more about that.
I think there are very technicalities when it comes to CAT. Like ability to use the options to solve the sets or the questions, all these stuffs. But yeah, as I mentioned, one of the most key aspects was his problem solving approach, like how he approached the question. That was the most admirable way, and that I also tried to enact in my preparation journey as well. Like how to start, like very small things, like if you are getting done with the point, just tick it, just mark it, so you don't have to revisit again, because you don't realize it earlier. But when it comes to your mocks and actual CAT, you realize that how much time it takes to revisit the question. But you have just
Right.
tick that point. It helps you a lot, and also the clarity of mind that it brings to you, right? So again, specifically, then again, sir used to bring out previous year mocks and the data along with it. So when you first see it, you are just like, we have to go through everything. It's not the case. You don't have to go through everything. And then he provided us with data that, like, even if you had solved one and a half sets or even 10 questions of it, you would be top 1 percentile, right? Above
Right.
99% side. So it just gave you assurance that you're doing well, you are good on going on track. So that's thing. And I think sir is very systematic, very organized,
Right.
and you have to keep up with him that way. And if you just keep up with him, I think most of the work is done for you if you just say what he's
Exactly.
saying.
Right. And I believe though I have not prepared for CAT, but again, no study is a smooth journey. So CAT itself is a bumpy ride, I believe. It's always up and downs coming your way. So if you can just share a particular challenge that you faced through your journey and how did you overcome that?
So yeah, challenges were there. Like since I said I was in my exam in my final year, so I had had my end semester exams in April and in November as well. So I had my one exam a day before CAT and one exam a day after CAT. So I had to
Okay.
navigate through them. But since I had prepped earlier, I didn't have to focus or worry that much about CAT towards the end because I gave mocks. And another challenge was, of course, that in April exams, like since I told you I was prepping mainly on CAT, so I wasn't able to study and focus that much on college studies, right? So when exams hit, I had to like focus on that as well. So I had to deal with it. That led to certain backlogs. But yeah, again, if you are disciplined, you are able to cover through those backlogs. Another
True.
thing I'll say was I think initially I got lopsided scores. So even if I was getting 98% overall, there was one section where I wasn't able to clear cutoff, right? So I remember the first official mock I gave, I got 95 marks and it was 99 percentile. But then again, out of those 95, 50 marks were from VARC only, right? And in quant, I scored only 7 marks. So one thing I had to challenge was lopsided marks, right? And there like sometimes I wasn't able to get good marks in BRC, sometimes in quant. But again, if you are
Right.
able to go through all the mocks that are provided, so one more important thing is like give all the mocks because that will cover all the aspects of it, right? So if you are able to give all the mocks, you will cover all the nuances of it. So yeah, these were certain challenges. I'll say another one I faced was with quant. So initially when I started prepping, I thought I'll find DLR most difficult, but sir said, which I still keep it to this day, was that everyone has certain advantage if you talk about VARC or even if quant, someone is from engineering background or someone is not comfortable with quant, but DLR is something that everyone is at par, right? No one has can prepare it from early. So you just
Right.
have to prepare that mindset for exam, and that will help you. Coming to quant, I thought, yeah, what I was saying was I thought I found quant quite easy because the first topic of quant that I focused was on arithmetic, and I was really good with it. I found arithmetic quite enjoyable. But then came
That's
geometry, and
mean
then
median mode if I'm not wrong. Is it?
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, averages, yeah, average.
Share a particular challenge that you faced during your CAT journey and how did you overcome it?
Okay, so yeah, CAT journey was a long time, right? So it was like a 9, 10 month journey. So yeah, every journey, it had certain challenges for me as well. As I said, I am in final year of my college. So of course, one of the major challenges, college exams, college assignments. I had an exam day earlier from CAT and day after CAT as well, right? So in November, I had my exams. In April, also I had my exams, college exams. So yeah, but since I had started early, I had given ample enough mocks. I was fair bit confident about my prep. So yeah, it helped me in CAT. Like I didn't have to do too much towards the end, so that it helped me. But again, since at the time during my April exams, there was a lot of backlog that I accumulated. But again, what I believe is if you're disciplined, then you can will definitely overcome it, right? Another was, I think, lopsided scores, right? So giving an example, I'll say my first mock, I got a good score, good percentile, like 99 percentile. And but I found that 95 marks that I got, and out of those 95 marks, 50 were from VARC, right? And
Okay.
I in quant, I wasn't able to clear the sectional cutoff as well. So and it happened with time and again, right? Next mock, I just went to 70 marks and all this stuff when VARC dropped. So one thing I realized was like this would happen. So this was one challenge that I had to deal with. Again, I as I told, my friend was there. We discussed. We used okay.
Okay.
So yeah, like it was a long journey, as I said, 9, 10 month journey. So it had its set of challenges. One thing, as I mentioned, since I was in my, I'm currently in college, so I had to deal through exams, right? I had my exams in April, which led to several backlogs. But then I had to cover through it, and then in November I also had my exams. Like I had exam day before CAT and a day after CAT as well. But I
Okay.
think one we could learn from it. Like everyone would have their own set of challenges from it, right? Different set. One would be in workplace, their own set of challenges. One would be in college or But yeah, but everyone would have been having these challenges. One shouldn't get like demotivated from them. One could, I think, counter it. Like, right, since I had given my mocks, it helped me a lot towards the end, that I didn't have to worry about my cat towards the November part of it. So yeah, that's it. And another challenge I faced was regarding lopsided scores, as I was mentioning. Like, sometimes I'll get more score in DILR. Sometimes I won't even clear the sectional cutoff in quant or in VARC. This used to happen. This also demotivated me a lot. But since I had my friend, we used to discuss, right? So it just kept me sailing through the journey. Yeah. So
So
another
you
thing
had
was
your
quant,
study
I'll say.
buddy with you all the time so that you guys can have a discussion about your lows and highs regarding your
Yeah, yeah,
subjects and
yeah,
your studies, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's
He
great. I
had
think that
his
is very
own sets of
important
low.
as
Yeah,
well to have somebody to discuss the same set
yeah.
of thing, I
I think
think.
so. Yeah,
Great, great. Just last question. I'm not gonna bore you. I would like to know about, some advice that you would like to give to future CAT aspirants, like what they should follow, what they should do, what they should not do. So, few advice that you have taken from your entire journey till now.
yeah. Like, what small piece of advice that I can give is like this motto I learned earlier, like early in my life, like focus on discipline, because motivation will fade away at some point in time in journey. It will go up and it will go down, but it will be your discipline that will carry you, right? Since I said I had backlogs in my prep journey as well. But yeah, if you are disciplined, you will cover the classes, right? Since I said like if I had to do 4 sets every day, even if it's an extensive course material provided by you, by the coaching that you are taking, but if I had to do a sectional, or if I had to do 4 sets every day, I did it for a long period of time, 4 RCs regularly, or 10 questions of quant regularly. I think discipline is the key that carries you. Another thing I'll say, mocks is very important. Like, give at least 25, 30 mocks, right? So if you are like, I'll say, I during my quant, I struggled quite a lot with geometry and algebra, and also my quant strategy as well. But yeah, if you give quite enough mocks, you can form various strategies, try and test it through a course of time, and then stick with one strategy that suits you, right? So everyone might have certain strategies, and you can just try and test them. Also, like, many would have very like tips regarding analysis, right? How to analyze mocks. I think it's up to everyone to analyze mocks. I won't be commenting much on that, but one thing I'll say is try to go right, specifically with regards to quant and even DILR. Like, try to do the solution in writing. If you have watched the video solution, then again try to do the solution in writing. That way, after that only, that you'll get the clarity कि हाँ, कि अब मैं कर पा रहा हूँ, like अब मैंने ये question या ये topic I
Okay.
have done it. So yeah, yeah, I think this will be. And another thing, if you have decided on, like, on your cat prep, and start early, I think, and finalize your resources initially as well. Don't try to divert your attention towards it. Research for it, look for the best sources that you can find, and just stick to them. Trust the process, trust your teachers, trust your faculty, and trust the resources that you have decided upon. And yeah, I think if you are comfortable with it, then just go with the process and just give away with cat. And if cat doesn't happen somehow, there's always 6 months later there'll be another cat, or there'll be zat, and there are certain other exams as
Good. So I believe as you're done with your exam, now you'll be moving forward with the GDPI, right?
well. Yeah,
Right. And thanks for showing that trust with the Anastasis Academy and Shankar sir that you have already enrolled with us for the
yes,
GDPI.
yeah.
We'll finish off this call. If you can just say a few words about Anastasis and how good it has been for you, so that'll be great. So that then I'm not gonna take much of your time later on.
Okay, so yeah, Anastasis, as I mentioned, sir was very straightforward, honest, and like, if you could see in his like pedagogy as well, right? The methodology he used to follow, and it works if you follow him, and if you also, like, with your insights as well, and if you could get some other resources, whatever you trust. But Anastasis will provide, as I mentioned earlier, that if you are willing to put in enough efforts, Anastasis will provide you with enough material, enough guidance to help you sail through. And I liked it really, very much. That's why I also enrolled in Project Coda for that. And then I've also enrolled in Project Bloom for GDPI, and I hope it goes, like, let's see how it happens. But yeah.
All the best
So
for
in
your
overall, I was very
future.
happy with it.
Yeah, great.
Thank you so much.
I hope and I believe you will get your dream college, and for sure I'll be waiting for the results as well for the GDPI,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And for rest, you're still with us for the Project Bloom, so contact anybody from Anastasis. Will be able to will be there to help
Thank you.
you for sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.